Hi, Marilyn O'Malley here of MarilynO'Malley.com. And today the topic is he is not the one until. Um, I'm seeing with a lot of my clients and talking to a lot of women about how they're finding somebody through dating. And all of a sudden, before they've even gone on a date, or they've gone on one date, or they've gone on a couple dates, that they're saying he's the one. And this is a tricky place to put yourself into, and it's a place where you're going to end up getting hurt a lot. And so I thought I'd talk about this with you today. And I've got my notes here, so when I'm looking down. So a lot of times when you first meet somebody, what happens is that, and before, or even before that, you're desiring, you are wanting somebody, you're wanting to find that guy. And I so feel that, I know that. A lot of times I'm helping you find that guy, right? And but the thing is that there's some tricks that happen here. Number one, desire. Desire is that you want something you don't have, right? So when you first meet somebody, or you see somebody across the room, or you have a conversation, you meet them in a bar or at a gathering or wherever you do, and there's something like, oh, he ticks a lot of things off my list. And that was a good conversation. That felt really good, for a variety of reasons. So what happens is the hormones are going, there's chemistry, there's attraction, and of course, so anything that comes within range of what you're looking for, or there's actually also this underlying energy that you don't see, you don't understand, that feels familiar to you a lot of times, that's like, oh, I'm comfortable with this, whether it's a positive or a negative. That's like, so why people that, if you grew up with narcissistic parents, you'll feel very comfortable unconsciously with other narcissists. And so you've got to become aware of what you're comfortable with from what you grew up, but it might be the opposite of what you're looking for. So paying attention to what you're initially feeling, and understanding that a lot of that is just chemistry. It's energy that you is familiar to you, but might not be good for you. It's wanting something that you can't have yet. That might trigger you into, that desire, because that's what desire is. And I just want to say, and what love is deeply caring. Love is about deeply caring for somebody. And unconditional love is, somebody that deeply cares for you and lets you be you. You get to, and can be there in when times are rough, that can be there with you when you're freaking out, when your hormones are off, when you're crying, when you're laughing, when you're a goofball, when you're serious. It's somebody that can appreciate that. Doesn't have to like everything about you, right? Because, but they love at the core who you are and how you show up, and your passions and your emotions for the world, or your, just who you are. And that takes time. That takes a lot of time to find out who that is for you. So I am really saying right here is, stop saying he's the one until, and I'm going to share some things in here, because that puts pressure on you, and that's putting energetic pressure on them, which a lot of men, when you're just getting to know somebody, it's like they can feel that, like, that's, even though you might not be saying anything, even though you're not necessarily taking actions, you're waiting, but energy is energy. And so it can come out in your feelings, just being around you. And it might be that it comes up to you. It's like, a little bit of feeling like that excitement and everything can feel anxious. So that person's feeling these different energies from you that might feel too intense in the beginning for them to have. But again, so just understanding what desire is and how desire shows up, and just understanding what love is, what would make him the one, which I'm going to share here in a minute. But also understand when you have intimate relationships or having sex, or just even like kissing, or you're not everything but intercourse, you are flooding your body with oxytocin. And oxytocin's like a high. And oxytocin is what causes a lot of people what they call the honeymoon effect, right? Because when you get into love, and it's through that desire, and you're feeding this. It's almost like an addiction. You're wanting more of that. You're wanting that feeling. It's like, oh my God, this is what I've been looking for, right? And you don't understand that it's part of the interaction, the chemistry that's going on. It might not have anything to do with the person, other than you're being flooded through different experiences with this person with oxytocin. And then once that you stop having those experiences, or you get more comfortable, all of a sudden you realize, like, oh, I can't even talk to this guy, or we don't have anything in common, but you're great in bed together. And it just keeps bringing that oxytocin, and that's a drug, so, and and it just floods your body, and you want more and more of it. But it's not really the guy, it's the making the love, or having sex. All right, so first of all, so here's some things. I got about 8 things to know that he's the one. You need to date somebody on a variety of dates for at least 3 months. For at least 3 months, you have to spend time getting to know each other. So he is not the one until you at least have dated at least 3 months, and you continue dating other people. You do not give up dating others until you both, after 3 months at minimum, you both are saying, this feels really right. Let's date exclusively, until you both make that, not you wanting it and setting that, but both of you come to that conclusion. And this is after you are finding out that you have that this partner of yours is not the one, unless he's compassionate towards you. You can see he cares about you. He does things that show you that you are important to him. And that has nothing to do with sex, okay? So he listens to you, right? There's good communication. This is another one. You can have conversations. He cares about what you have to say. He cares about your opinions. He asks your opinion. He wants to talk about different aspects of his life. Share. You can both share with each other, right? Good communication. He doesn't run away or avoid challenges. So you see that he can show up. If something happens, he doesn't go running and say, I'm out of here. He'll be there to support you. He doesn't run if you have a meltdown. Because of your insecurities, he sticks around, and he'll listen and talk and help to support you in whatever way. he can. This is showing again you that you matter, that he cherishes you, that you're valuable to him. He's showing he deeply cares. Remember, love is deeply caring. He accepts you unconditionally. You get to be authentically you, like I've said before. Having all your emotions, being an emotional person is a healthy person, right? So that you have a wide range and that you can share those with him and he can share his with you, and it doesn't make you weak or that you're that he allows you to have the variety of feelings, because feelings are important. He shares his family and friends with you. That he's not just keeping you away, because that will be, if you're looking to get married and he doesn't want to share you with his family, then he is not serious about you. So any excuses and stuff that he has, he is not the one unless he's bringing you into his tribe and sharing you with his tribe. And again, going back to you both decide after a period of time, there's both there coming to conclusions that you both think there's something there, and you can articulate it to each other, and you show that you care about each other. So here are my recommendations, right? Besides those, so put those on your list, that you have a life. So your life is not going out to find the man in your life. You have a life. You are living a very interesting life. Be interesting and be interested. So go do the things that you're passionate about. Have friends. Go and create lots of friendships that you will bring this man into too. This man is not going to be your whole life. And a man wants a woman who's interesting. A man wants a woman who's also interested. Right? So be curious, ask questions, and be curious and about your own life, and go out and live it. Don't take care of him. Don't baby him. Don't be his mom. Let him show up. Give him the opportunity. So if there is a tough time, if something is happening, don't hide it from him, or don't say, or don't take care of him when he has challenges. Let him show up, and you can be a support. Healthy men do not want mothers. They want partners. They want lovers. They want an interesting woman. So allow him to show up and be a man. Allow him to make choices. Allow him to fall flat on his face and get up and try it again. Right? You're going to do the same things for him. Everything I'm telling you is the things that he should be doing in his life also. This is not male, female. This is all of us. Watch for the narcissists. If you're following me, most of you are highly sensitive. So again, most of us attract those people who want us to make them feel good, and that we're all focused on them. And as you can see here, I'm really helping you get focused on you, so you're not giving away your power and all your energy to somebody else, because that's going to be a codependent relationship that's really unhealthy, and then you're going to be very hurt down the road and create a lot of pain. So watch and see whether they're narcissists. And if you don't know what a narcissist is, I have plenty of articles and stuff on my website, MarilynO'Malley.com. Just go in there and search narcissists, and you can find out all about narcissists, because there'll be narcissist friends and narcissist partners, and that's all important. That's important for you to know, so that you're not going to get that codependent. Also watch that you might be dating avoidance. There's more avoidance out there, and avoidance they can really be attractive, charismatic. They love relationships, but then what happens as soon as you get close to them, they all of a sudden, and a lot of this is unconscious, so don't take it personally. All of a sudden they feel like if they when they're starting to get emotionally attached and the relationship is growing stronger and stronger, all of a sudden they have to leave. They don't know why, but they have this underlying thing like, oh, they're going to take over my life. I'm not going to, I won't have any freedom. There's all these underlying stuff. If you want to find out more, read the book Attached. That's a really good book that I highly recommend for everybody who's dating, because that will tell you what an avoidant is, what a secure person in a relationship is, and what a anxious person looks like. And you can find out who you are and see who you're attracting, and that'll give you notes also what to watch for. And just don't take the avoidance, don't take how the other person shows up personally. It has to do with them, and this is their thing, and it doesn't mean you're not good enough. It just means they're not the one for you. It's not a match, right? Because they've got issues they've got to work out, and right now it's not a match. And they can change, but they're probably the largest population out there of daters are the avoidants, the ones that are there all the time. If you're on Match or whatever, the ones that you keep seeing the pictures over and over and year after year, they're most likely avoidants. They get in relationships, and then once it gets close, they leave. So this is why it's important to date somebody over a period of time to see how they show up emotionally, physically, spiritually. Can they handle things? Who are they? And that takes time. You would not know that in the first date, second date, third date. And if oxytocin is flowing in there too, you're going to be, color coding the picture. The other thing for you is if you're looking for validation from the person, the one, if the man in your life, if you're looking for them to complete you, if you're looking for them to say, I'm lovable, I'm enough, I'm good enough, I'm smart enough, I'm sexy enough, I'm whatever your thing is about, and you might not even feel like I might not be using the right word for you about like, I feel like I'm good enough. It's the places where you feel insecure about yourself and you want you want the one to validate that you're okay, or that you're worthy, or like I said, good enough. And a lot of times this is an unconscious thing that's going on. But so if you're that way and you're looking for it outside, I recommend that while you're dating and doing all this stuff, you work on yourself. Go do your inner work so that you understand and you have a really strong foundation in yourself that you are worthy, you are good enough to have and lovable enough. You were born that way, and that so that you have that. You're not out there searching for that somebody, because that creates the codependent relationship. So you can attract a more healthier person into your life, and know that you're working on your stuff and have them working on their own stuff. So I think that's it. Anyway, I hope this was helpful, and really take your time, and then you won't be so hurt, and you'll start to get clearer and clearer about and get closer to finding that one, and realizing also none of us are perfect. There is no perfect relationship. Relationships take time, take energy, they take commitment. And so it's not something that is just felt right away, because our feelings are, a lot of them are conditioned. And understand too, right? The desire, the wanting, we want it, it's more exciting then, and there's sort of this thrill to it. And then when you get into that deep caring, that can feel boring, it can feel comfortable, it can feel like, like it's not that exciting anymore, because now you're trusting each other, and the desire is gone, because desire again is something you don't have. So now you have something. So now you have to start looking at it differently. You have to start looking at it this rich relationship that you have. It's this. And how to create that and make that a beautiful a beautiful part of your life, which again can always, your relationships will always, you will have to invest energy and time and yourself in it, and authentically. Oh, I forgot the other thing. I said unconditional loving. So the more honest and unconditionally loving you can be toward yourself, the more you're going to attract that person who can unconditionally love you, right? So, so save yourself some time and heartache and frustration, and give yourself time to get to know somebody before you say they're the one. All right? So until next time, love, live, and matter, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.